Hello, I think I've put it off long enough, so here we go. With Crash Bash Combiners, hang on, Skysledge and Stormhammer. These are the third set that have come out, and I got these in Toys R Us. Yeah, I got them in Toys R Us. £18. When you consider that I got both the other sets from Asda for £12 each, £18 for these, which means each of these is £9. That's too much. But to make myself feel better, instead of thinking I've been ripped off for these, I'm thinking, well, I got the other two for like 12 quid each. So this just kind of balances it out, really, doesn't it? Kinda. That's my excuse trying to justify it to myself. And we'll start one at a time. This is a very War for Cybertron Seeker feel to it. It's very sleek. I mean, it's only missing like a couple of wheels here, and take these off. I'd look like some kind of futuristic sports car, like Formula One-ish kind of thing. But it's quite nice. It's quite a nice looking thing. Paint's very lackluster, but you're going to get that on the Crash Bash Combiners. It's just one of those. You're not going to get a lot of paint on them, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, it looks alright. It's quite good. Combine a bit in the back. But yeah, he's quite nice. There's quite a bit of detail moulded in. Again, they've got these squares, these hexagons, which I assume you can plug something into, but I've never found anything that plugs in well or looks good, but whatever. There's probably going to be some gimmick that comes out. It's like, yeah, but if you get them all and you do that, you can turn them into arms. Or something. I don't know. But yeah, he looks alright. He looks quite nice. And we're going to... Sorry, that's Stormhammer. This is Skysledge. And he's like... He reminds me of like a space... like lorry truck kind of thing, you know? Like little cab at the top, long nose, very squared off. And, he's got these little wings that look like an afterthought, really. They kind of look like they should hinge up as well, but they don't. But he has got some cool little boosters moulded into the back, and I don't know. He's not the coolest of the two, let's be fair. But, he's there, I guess. Now, pardon me. Skysledge, Stormhammer. Is it just me, or does that one look a lot more like a hammer, because it's flat and it could hit things? And that's nice and smooth, like a sledge. I'm just putting it out there, because I don't know if someone's just put the names on wrong, but that's what they are. Yeah, hole in the top again. But yeah, size comparison. Here's the Optimus Prime, which is the biggest one so far. That's him with them. I'll put him in the middle. There he is. And Stormhammer is about as long, but Prime's a lot more hefty too, and he's a lot longer than that one. And yeah, so but you see what I mean though? Like the nose, bonnet, cab, nose, bonnet, cab. No, stay up there. See what I mean? Yeah, that's where I'm going with it anyway. Let's spend ages transforming him into the robot modes. I'm kidding, no. You stand him up, you fold out his arms, flip this down, fold out the head, and close it up. That's it. And very, very devoid of paint. Like, incredibly devoid of paint. In fact, on the box... Not the box, but the art, if you can see. Hang on, I got the packaging here. Just see that's him. And on this red piece there, which would be this inner piece is supposed to be blue. like a cockpit. And there's supposed to be like red hints all over him, and there's supposed to be paint, basically. There's supposed to be paint on this guy, and there isn't. And if there wasn't a screw hole there, there'd be a cheeky Autobot symbol, which you may or may not be able to see through the box. But, yeah, but the point is, there's no paint. A lick of paint and he'd be really nice. He looks quite good. He's quite good proportions, but, you know. And I kind of wish the wings would just fold back to give him a better silhouette, but whatever. You can try and split the legs, but it doesn't work so well because then they're nowhere near the hips, so you might as well just leave them closed. Go for Stormhammer. You turn him over, fold the feet, which is the nose of the thing, just fold them down. Fold the arms out of it, which doesn't really make much difference because the wings are in the way, but there you go. Then you fold this down, and there's no head, because it's in there. So you've got to try and hook around the ears and fold the head up, and close it up. And apart from a bit of black on the stomach there, yeah, maybe. There doesn't seem to be a lot of paint from the picture on this guy, so I'm not going to worry about showing you. Pardon me, I'm coughing a lot. But his face is nice. He's got little blue eyes. He's got a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a cheeky smirk to him, but he's definitely got a bit of personality. And all the hints and the horn and the winged ears. He's definitely got a lot of personality going to him. I mean, this guy's got a very generic Jetfire kind of head, but it's not Jetfire, so, you know. Pardon me. But yeah. Size comparison is strong arm. So they're about the same size as everyone else, basically. There's nothing really to write home about. So if I just quickly return her to car mode, because everyone knows what's coming next, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. And we'll get these ready for combination. So we'll turn them back to the plane modes. Which, you know, at least for these guys it does take seconds, which is quite a nice, you know, quite a nice thing, really. Okay, so you get them, and like Bumblebee and Sideswipe, they combine that way. So it's like I'm flying along, I'll slow down, and this is very reminiscent of Get a Robo to me. You know, like, is it Get a Robo G or Shin Get a Robo, whichever. You know, the planes that slam into each other and then they turn to a robot. That's one of the main reasons I like this set, but there you go. So slam in, that folds up, and this is where it gets silly. Let's see if the camera will catch it. Blah. So these bits, which are the front of the plane, they loosen up, fold open. These back pieces, which are like the back of the plane, they fold all the way up and around, and then they fold down. Which is a bit silly, really, but it works. And I'll bring the camera up a bit. And adjust the lighting. There you go. So these are the manual bits, which means we've got to fold these, which were the toe bits in the robot mode. See, dual use. Fold these all the way around onto the back, and he's got a bit of elbow, because that's all they seem to do. Split the legs, and these bits you actually fold all the way around, so he's got nice big toes. There you go. They don't feel like they want to do it, but they do it, and they don't pop out. So, you know. And there we have Skyhammer. I just had to double check the box there for a second. Skyhammer in robot mode. And he's a very pretty one, isn't he? I mean, the legs are very just solid, generic, and don't really do anything. But, you know, he's definitely got some character. He's got some personality. I mean, the back is just same as all these guys look like. Hey, look, it's a robot and another robot. But he's definitely worth it. He's very cool. He is really cool. They put a lot of effort into the combined modes, which is what they're for, really. and he does look awesome. Quite pleased with that. Trying to think what else. I mean, like the wings on the shoulder and the big, almost like a. Kind of reminds me of like a Computron stuff. You know, the big like chest plate. You know. And he's got the big circly thing. If anyone wants to try and scan that, you're not going to, but there you go. And he looks really good. So we'll just quickly combine these two. Got no scale looking through the camera at that. There you go. So that's one. And two. So they're all roughly in scale with each other, although with the wings and that, he's a lot broader. One thing I'm not overly keen on is because of the way that the nose piece is on the plane, his arms are like slightly inboard. Look like he's slightly, tensing his pecs a little bit all the time. It's like, look at me, I'm tough. Other than that, But they look really good. I'm quite impressed. I would love to see Decepticon ones of these. I'm not trying to be funny, but show me a load of Decepticon ones, and I will be. Ugh, you have no idea. Although they might have to come up with a different gimmick, like maybe have the Decepticons instead of the vehicles smashing into each other like that, just have them like drop onto each other or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, just to differentiate them. But yeah, so they look pretty good, and as you can imagine, you can swap the parts. And you can tell full well from this set, there was one thing they had in mind as soon as they started doing it. And I'm going to show you, just because that's what everyone wants. You take the Prime Body. You take Skysledge. And there you go, the really, really forced Transformers Armada Jet Convoy homage. Because as soon as they're like, hang on, we can have him as a top, and then, oh yeah, we're doing that. You know they were. That's exactly what they were kicking around the office. So now you've got Jet Convoy, and now the big black wings become a lot more obvious, because that's kind of what Jetfire had in that show. So yeah, you can do it. There you go. And you can put Strong Arm on there, which looks fine. In fact, the blue kind of goes with the cockpit blue a little bit. That's fine, but the whole point of these things is to chop and change them and do something different. So throw Bumblebee on there. I'll throw him on Sideswipe. And Sideswipe just doesn't look good as a set of legs, really. But he goes with all of them, because he's got the red to go with him, he's got the blue to go with Strong Arm. So he looks good with any of them, but Sideswipe just doesn't make a good set of legs, really, does he? Well, let's return them all to original configuration, just to end the review. When you know there's some silence, so you end up just making stupid noises just to fill silence. That's the story of my life. So yeah, do I need a size comparison for this? I guess. Combiner Wars Viper, there you go. They're a deluxe, alright? I'm looking around to see if I've got anything handy. Generations Rat Trap. They're a deluxe. Just take my word for it, they're a deluxe, alright? So yeah, even if you didn't want any of the characters from the show or anything like that, you just wanted like two cool combining robots, these are definitely it. Although, to get him to go back into his vehicle mode, which I'll show you now, just because this one, just go straight back into the vehicle mode. Yeah, it's done. But this one, to transform him back, is an absolute nightmare, and I'm just going to show you now. This is why I'm not sure how good it'd be for smaller children. I mean, like, small children. You gotta fold these around. Hang on, fold these around. push the shoulders back, get it all there, bring this over, and then they don't want to close. You've got to try and force everything to just click into place. And I can see a lot of kids getting really annoyed with that. And because of the wings and everything else, I can't suggest for everyone that these are a pocket toy. Like these guys, you just put in your pocket because they turn to bricks. You just put them in your pocket and you can go wherever you want. These guys, because of the wings and the way, like, if you are a bit too rough with it, if you're a bit too rough with this, he will start coming apart. Because it's quite an inventive way they've transformed him, but it's quite fiddly, and therefore he doesn't hold amazingly well. So I can't advocate these being pocket toys like the other ones. But if you're not planning on doing that, then fine, great. And I wouldn't give them to like really small kids because they shatter these. But that being said, they are an awesome little set. They are cool, they are awesome, and this makes a good body. This makes a set. Well, this makes the jet convoy legs. So whichever set you attach it to can now fly. That's about the size of it. That's what this one is for. Who I still think should be Stormhammer, but that's me. So yeah, they're good, but I'm not sure I'd advise them for little kids. Because they might end up... Well, he's a brick, he's probably alright, but the wings will get in the way if you put him in your pocket. And this one's a little bit fiddly to hold together. So, not necessarily for little ones. So yeah, that is my review of Combiner Force Crash Bash Combiners Skysledge, Skysledge, Stormhammer, and the combined form of, I've forgotten what it's called again, Skyhammer. There you go. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye bye.